This is a show that we made for you, for your mom and your dad and your aunties too. So grab yourself a coffee, it's a crack of dawn, and strap yourself in for a heaps good morning. Just put them in your pocket, put them in your pocket. Still doing that hand thing. Are you? Fuck.
Hello, kind sir.
Hi.
So, where are you at?
I'm doing the hand thing.
Still doing that hand thing?
Still doing the hand thing.
Well, that's cute, and I love the reference, but, like, you were supposed to be here an hour ago.
Yeah. Ali lost the key, and then I got sidetracked and lost track of time and thought, hey, I better call you.
Okay. So, we were supposed to film today?
Yeah.
I got it all set up. I was going to teach you some shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh. So, what's the haps with that?
It's another Heaps Good Sunday morning, and yet again we're here to delight and entertain.
And definitely inform. So, well, do you remember what we're supposed to do today?
We'll be doing Cauldron Time.
And I didn't tell you anything about it.
No, you didn't.
Now, I really wanted to film this during the eclipse. Well, not during the eclipse, but a little bit closer to the eclipse because it was a full moon and a lunar eclipse.
Yep.
But something happened last week, too. What the... Anyway. Oh, fuck. I forgot something.
You forgot something?
1 second.
Alright. Hey, I'm having a breakout. I'm having a massive breakout.
Oh, give it a rest. Don't be such a lady.
That's alright. Problem fixed.
What? What'd you do?
Show mama.
Don't go anywhere. I've just forgotten something very pivotal because I was about to do something, but I can't without this. And the best part is, since you're not here, I get to eat your cupcake.
Aww.
Because it's the wife's birthday.
It is. Happy birthday, Robin.
Well, I mean, on Sunday she would have been 41 for a while. All right. So, do I have something in my ticket?
Nah, you're fine. Never look better.
Well, if we're going to do this, then now? I guess we might as well. Sippy. Okay. Well, then, I'll tell you what we're doing today.
All right, awesome.
Since I'll just be talking on the phone like I'm 16. So it's no secret that I'm a green witch. And it's no secret that whenever someone goes, oh, blah, 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 blah's wrong, I'm always like, oh, just put a bit of this, that, spit and some spiderweb on it and you'll be fine. People laugh, but The particular craft that I participate in has been around for a very long time.
Kitchen witchery.
That's right. It's got a lot of names. But, so I thought, what is one of the oldest things that I actually use? Like, that's documented, old. And I thought it would have to be Four Thieves. Now,
I think we spoke about that in one of last year's episodes.
Now you can do a Four Thieves vinegar or a Four Thieves oil.
Yep.
I don't make the oil very often because the oil is used for like anointing. Now, if you're going to get on the internet, don't just go using any Four Thieves recipe because each green witch or kitchen witch has their own, right? They have their own recipe that they've switched and changed and whatnot. And all of them are quite simple.
Yep.
Usually 4 or 5 ingredients. The original recipe is huge, and some of the stuff, like I've noticed there's a lot of things that I can't get in Australia that I can get in the States, and vice versa. But so Four Thieves vinegar was documented to be used during the plague, and it dates back all the way back to the medieval period, and it was thought to keep Black Death away.
Yeah.
So people would clean with it, people would put it on their chest, people would do all kinds of stuff. People now, because witches, we're trendy now. Thanks, American Horror Story. Anyway, so people now, it's like I was reading on Pinterest, which don't go to Pinterest for your. I was reading on Pinterest that this one lady fancied herself a green witch, and she was saying, "Oh, it makes a lovely balsamic." Well, most Four Thieves will have lavender in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever tasted lavender. It ain't great.
It's a bit soapy.
Well, it's kind of just yuck. It's perfumey. It's bitter. It's not one of the flowers. It's not like the violet. Like, it's not tasty.
Well, I don't mind it in boiled lollies, actually. Lavender boiled lollies are pretty sick.
You're pretty sick. So, like, the original recipe, well, the earliest documented one is you're just going to have to deal with my messages and stuff because you're not here. It was said to have hung in Paris, in Marseille. I don't speak the French, but Robin does. But typically people used it, they would rub it on their hands, and then they would rub it on their ears and on their temples.
Usually they wouldn't cough first. They'd do it without
because
the cough.
I've got the plague, love.
Oh, okay, so that's why you need it.
Yeah. They would do it constantly, kind of like whenever they were approaching an area that had a high population of people that had succumbed to the plague or something like that. But I do have a copy of the recipe that hung in the Museum of Paris in 1937 that was said to have been written down in Marseille during an episode of the plague. So if you want that, it's long. It has wormwood in it. It has camphor. It has meadowsweet, which had like salicylic acid. It's got all kinds of stuff in it that you can't get anymore.
Yeah.
So if you want that recipe, contact us. I will give it to you. I think I found most of the ingredients in the States. But a lot of the ingredients for the original recipe were also used to kind of mask the smell of decomposing bodies. So it had a very heady scent.
Yeah.
Now, in typical fashion, I've gone basic. And what I've done, and I've prepared this prior to Ziggie calling is all of my herbs, because it's the middle of the winter here in Australia. So like your mint isn't going to be thriving. Some of the other stuff isn't going to be great. Your like stocky ones, like your rosemary, your thyme, sage is not really great for sage right now because it's super, super wet.
Yeah.
But so all of the stuff that I get fresh, I dry it. And typically when I'm making like a poultice or a tonic, I will either keep it dry in a canister or I will have some in oil. So the ones that we've used today, I have pulled out of the very back of my cabinet, and they have been suspended in an oil for a while. So the colors might be a bit off. The garlic's fresh.
Yep.
So here's the list of stuff you need. I'll tell you really quickly. If you have a clean jar, quick look around, clean jar. I have heaps of them because you always want to get a jar that has like a plastic seal or a rubber seal. We try to minimize our use of plastic here. So, and plus we had the pantry moth, and it ate a lot of my shit, and I was mad. So now I've just got plenty of jars.
I remember that.
Which time was it? So clean jar.
Yep.
Check. I have a great big giant jar of this, so I thought I'll only make a little bit today because I don't really need it. Organic. It's important if you're doing it for medicinal purposes. If you're just going to like pickle some cucumbers, I don't care. But I mean, theoretically, go organic as often as you can.
Yeah.
But it's so expensive. So unfiltered apple cider vinegar. You can use a filtered one. This happens to be the one that I used when I was doing like an armpit detox. So I have heat. So you have garlic and sage. Now I did take a photo of this beforehand because I was really proud of myself. But anyway,
you've got it all everything written down on the plates and everything as well, haven't you?
Garlic, sage. See, I'm like friggin' Martha Stewart of Kitchen Witchery.
So rosemary, mint, sage, and what was the other one?
Garlic, sage, rosemary, mint, thyme, and pepper.
Black pepper, was it?
Black pepper. You need with black pepper, you always want to start with the whole peppercorn, not just your table pepper. The recipe does call for lavender because it has a calming effect. I reckon that had something to do with the hysteria about the plague. But anyways, I did not have any dried lavender because I actually don't like the way it smells. So I have no need for it, bar a protection thing by the front door that was given to us at our wedding. And I'm not going to pinch anything from that. So what you can do is use an organic ingestible essential oil. Mm-hmm. So if you're using an organic essential oil, a strange number calls. The strange voice beckons. I don't answer those fools.
Me either.
So if you're using an organic essential oil, they should all be ingestible.
Yeah.
If they say not for consumption, then there's something hinky going on with their organic rating.
Yeah.
So you can use as much or little of it as you want. And like I said, Four Thieves is everybody changes it. So, and I keep a dry mortar and pestle and a wet mortar and pestle.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little bit anal retentive, so mine are really clean and white. See, there's my peppercorns. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Ooh. So I will talk to you quickly. You're gonna need your pestles and your mortar and a little spoon. If you dabble in the craft, then I'm sure I don't have to tell you. Don't use plastic to store it or to mix it in. Try to use. I use a lot of terracotta, blah blah blah. All that's clay, mud clay, earthenware, stuff like that. But anyway, we will post the recipe. This is a copy of it. Because I was going to give one to Ziggie, but he's not here. So, so essentially, it's going to be noisy. You want to, it doesn't really matter how fine you grind your peppercorn or any of your herbs. because you're going to filter your 4 thieves after it's done storing for a while.
Yeah.
So with peppercorns, I just make sure that they're broken about in half. So you do that.
She's breaking up peppercorns. That's what she's doing.
Just picturing the bulldog's upset. She thinks someone's knocking the door, and I've got the hallway door. It's all right, Mama. So anyway, you can use. You can use as much or as little as you want. Take your clean jar. Now, everybody does it differently because of the kind of jars that I use. Sometimes I may choose to put it in like a steeping bag or something like that. Or what I'll do is I will put my vinegar in first because everything's going to settle at the bottom.
Yep.
That sounded totally canned. Face down. So you do that. You take your garlic. Oh, did you just bring several hats?
I did.
So you take your garlic. Please do not suspend any of your herbs that you are storing for the summer or winter. Please do not save them in like a heavy flavored oil or a shitty like canola oil or vegetable oil. Please try to go as health conscious and as organic as possible. So I've put the garlic in, the sage. Again, you depending on what you're going to use it for, you can change how much you use. So garlic, sage, thyme. Is it time for Ziggy to be here?
It was an hour or so ago. 2 hours ago.
It's really simple. Mint.
And what we'll do is we'll put the
eat your heart out and rosemary.
we'll put the full recipe up on the Facebook page. So anyone that wants to know more, go out to our Facebook page and we'll have all the details for it there.
If you recall, a bit of an echo. Like I said, I'm having to use an essential oil for the lavender. In theory, essential oils maintain all of the properties of the particular plant that you're using.
She loves it.
There's my lavender, and I will put about a tablespoon of black pepper. Yep. All right. You mix it up. You give it a little mix, a little shaky, and you close it. Now, typically what I would do before I closed it is I would put a cloth over it, a waxed cloth, because my jars are all quite old. They're antiques, child. You close it. I would put a wax cloth over it to seal it in really nice and tight. And you keep it in a cool, dark place. Now, historically, where did that say? They would keep it. I've lost it. Well, anyway, it's good for weeks. So, in theory, when you're letting something, get more potent, you want to do it. So, say like 3 cycles of the moon. So you go 1 cycle of the moon. So you want to go 3 to 5 weeks. A lunar cycle. But because of the vinegar, you don't really have to worry about too much. You don't want it to be too potent, especially if you're going to actually use it. So the one that I've made, because I had used herbs that I had suspended in oil, I can use to clean. And if you're going to use it clean, the thing about garlic is you want to use enough of everything else to mask the smell of garlic.
Yeah.
But garlic does have a lot of antibacterial properties. So you can clean with it, but then people really start talking. So you want to take it every day. So just give it a good mix every day. And then after about 3 to 5 weeks, you want to strain it. And then you can store it, in the fridge or in the pantry, in your root cellar, wherever. So you can use it for actual cleaning purposes. So
Yep.
you can use it to like wipe off countertops, things like that. Again, don't go too heavy on the garlic if you need to clean. It's common knowledge that vinegar you can use to clean anything anyway.
Yeah.
But you can also use it for cleansings if you're feeling a bit spiritually mucky. If you're using it for any kind of craft work, then you're going to want to pay attention to your lunar cycles when you make it, which is why I wanted to make it last week. Whatever. You can use it for protection spells. You can use it for banishing. You can use it for cleansing, and you can use it for healing. When we post the recipe on Facebook, I will also post the properties of each ingredient, so that you'll know why it's still beneficial. Four Thieves is still made like, you can buy it in Provence, Italy, but they call it Seven Thieves there. I'm not sure why. It has more than 4 and more than 7 ingredients. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, you can use it for all types of things. If you have any questions about plants and you're going to get into green witchery, there's 3 super important books that you're going to want to get. You want to get in Llewellyn's Herbal Almanac. Now, the one I used in 2015, because the other one had fell apart. And you cannot go wrong with Scott Cunningham. So he does the Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. This is my new copy of this one. And Magical Herbalism as well, Cunningham. And I guess that's a good place to start. A good place to start if you get into green witchery. And one more thing, make sure you have, this is my grimoire, which, and all you little Buffy fans out there, just calm down. But grimoire is your book of shadows or book of secrets.
Sorry, missed that. It's Book of Shadows or Book of Secrets type situation, isn't it?
It's the Necronomicon. Check me out. Not the Necronomicon stuff, but this is actually one I got from my mom when we were overseas. It had some good basic information in it, but it also had the litany of the craft and stuff like that. So inform yourself, know the rules of conduct if you're going to get into craft. And I was going to say one more thing about this book. Oh, but pre-printed grimoire is good to start out with because it has your basic information and you can make notes in it and whatnot. And I thought what I might do quickly, because everyone's really sick right now, is we can also put up a tea for colds and fever and stuff like that.
Yep.
Just a quick little thing to do. So, yeah, not really used to this format, so I don't really know what else to do.
Well, that's kind of it now, isn't it?
I'm done now.
You done? All right, so do we wrap up the episode?
Just yet. I'm going to taste it.
You're going to taste it? Okay, go on. Give it a taste.
Which, I mean, it's really kind of death wishy because I put essential oil in it. And I don't really even like lavender.
Yeah.
Lavender smells like geranium to me. So, tasting things is how we got our start. I was going to make you taste it, but alas.
Good thing I'm not there then.
I hate lavender.
But it's good for the soul.
Beautiful, and it'll make a screaming baby calm. So, yeah, 4 Thieves Vinegar. Not exactly how we were hoping to do this episode, but,
No, but it's an interesting format. I must say I've kind of been wanting to do this for a while.
We talked about doing your overseas.
Sorry?
I said we talked about doing it when we were overseas.
We did. That's right, we did.
But then we didn't do it.
No.
Mm. Typical.
All right.
Any idea what we're doing next week?
I haven't looked at the calendar. Have you looked at the calendar?
I think that the calendar's almost up, isn't it?
We'll have something wicked next week anyway.
Wicked?
Yeah.
Ooh, something wicked this way comes. I hope everybody's having a nice weekend.
But we'll have the logo and everything up for next week. So
you know what? I was going to try to surreptitiously sneak like the edge of it in.
Yeah.
But then I thought I'd probably get in trubs.
Have you got it there with you?
I do. Just I've just got it just here.
It's clearly right next to her.
Oh, here it is. Oh, what's this I found? Interesting. I wonder what that is.
So that's the logo.
What the? Get out of here. You've got locusts. All right. Well, I hope to see you tonight, Zig.
Yes. Hopefully we'll find the freaking car key.
Cool. Let me know. Give us a little ring ding if I have to come get you something else.
All right, cool.
To the rest of you guys, thanks for creepily eavesdropping on our conversation.
Yeah.
Don't forget to. Am I doing my thing?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? Do your thing.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Our future is at your witchy little fingertips.
And also don't forget to click the bell icon at the top of the page to keep up to date with everything that we're doing and when we're around. We're usually here every week. So, yeah, that's kind of us for this week then, I guess. Oh, look
All right,
at that.
well, I guess that's us done. So we're going to do that thing.
Oh, the Ukrainian lady.
I'm from Ukraine.
Oh, I've got one last one. Here we go. Hang on.
One last one.
I'm thin!
Your head's really tiny.
It is. It's a really small hat. Alright, I guess we will see you all next week. So have another heaps good morning and we will see you then. Bye!